Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about innovation in the medical device industry, and Ralph Kauten, one of Wisconsin's serial entrepreneurs in biotechnology, talks about the upcoming Wisconsin Early Stage Symposium. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Rising agriculture. Wisconsin's farms and ag businesses generated more than $88 billion in economic activity and supported nearly 414,000 jobs in 2012, according to a study by the UW Extension and UW-Madison. That's an increase of $29 billion and nearly 60,000 jobs compared to 2007, with about 1 in 9 Wisconsin workers holding a job tied to farming. Meanwhile, the latest reports from the U.S. Ag Department show nearly 3/4 of the state's corn and soybean crop in either good or excellent condition, leading to forecasts of record harvests. But with that bumper crop comes concerns that grain prices may fall. And falling, real estate. Sales of existing homes declined again in August, according to the Wisconsin Realtors Association. That is the third straight monthly drop compared to the same months in 2013. Sales in August of 2014 dropped 5.7% compared to August of 2013. The good news for sellers? Median home prices climbed 3.3% to $157,000 last month compared to the previous August. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Some of the trends in healthcare are obvious. Managing costs in the age of Obamacare, patients using online information to take charge of their own health and wellness, and finding ways to deliver care in settings other than hospitals and clinics. But those trends can become knotty challenges for people engaged in building the tools needed to effectively, efficiently, and safely deliver health care. Envisioning, designing, and manufacturing medical devices, which range from robots to sensors and from surgical instruments to software that allows devices to communicate with one another, was the topic of a recent conference in Chicago. The event confirmed that device innovation in Wisconsin can compete with the nation's best, especially when it's driven by solving problems in patient care. Behind the often technical talk was a sense that medical device innovators can't just invent things because they make cool operating room toys. They must start with a feel for what patients and providers actually need. So what's the wish list for solving patient and provider problems? My remarks at the conference included ideas expressed by experts at Aurora Healthcare, Group Health Cooperative of South Central Wisconsin, and the Marshfield Clinic. Here are a few examples. Technology that provides real-time remote access to patient diagnostic test information in a manner compliant with federal privacy laws. Remote sensing and monitoring devices that measure patient vital signs and simple body chemistries and transmit them into medical records electronically. Devices that give patients greater feedback during rehabilitation to encourage better compliance and quicker recovery. Technology that provides information on a patient's compliance with prescribed medication. The medical device industry in Wisconsin includes companies that produce analytical lab instruments, electromedical equipment, surgical instruments, and diagnostic equipment. It also includes a burgeoning health information technology sector anchored by Epic in Verona, which is figuring out how to make medical devices talk among themselves. The state also has a strong medical research cluster and health delivery systems that understand how to test and adopt innovation. It's not all about producing gee-whiz technology. It's about listening to patients and medical professionals who understand the problems. More so than most states, Wisconsin has the right resources to do both.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Ralph Kauten of Quintessence Biosciences.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
We're back with Ralph Kauten, Chairman and CEO of Quintessence Biosciences, Chairman of Lucigen Corporation, and previously a C-level executive at Mirus, Panvera, and Promega. Welcome, Ralph.
Thank you very much, Liz. Great to see you again.
You have been a part of Madison's biotech scene for decades. What are some of your latest ventures?
Well, as you mentioned, I serve as chairman and CEO of Quintessence Biosciences, which is a drug development company. We're developing anti-cancer drugs based on, and the product that we've got under development and in clinical trials is one that is based on a discovery that occurred at the University of Wisconsin.
With some of your past companies, you presented at what is today called the Wisconsin Early Stage Symposium. What are your memories of how those events may have helped your companies?
You know, presentation at like the Early Stage Symposium, I kind of think of as kind of like a recital, like somebody learning to play the piano would participate in a recital. It helps to create focus. It helps you develop your story. And developing the story is so critical for any entrepreneur. Obviously, one of the benefits that comes from that is some of the people you meet there, which is a little more obvious. You meet investors, you meet colleagues who are trying to create companies as well. You're building a network that I think you're going to find will be very helpful to you in the future.
And what is your advice for companies that may apply to present at this year's conference, which will be held November 12th through 13th in Madison?
No risk, no reward. It can be daunting to expose your business idea to people you don't know. Kind of like asking somebody out for a date. You can get no's. It can hurt. But keep in mind, an investment in your organization may not work for everybody. Probably doesn't work for everybody, but it'll work for some. So be patient with it. Understand that it's likely that you'll not leave with a check. But you'll start some relationships that likely will lead to investors and support and people who are going to help you.
Thanks, Ralph, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent But Executive Search. See you next time.